If we implement this project, I think it is good for Somaliland to strengthen the rule of law program, and we will gain, like the buildings, faculties, and trainings, as we have prepared in the letters or the building of the contract. In our office, Attorney General is the key of rule of law program. We are supporting the other institutions, and we are the keen for the participation of the for the other institutions such as the police, the courts, and the custodial courts, which we work together for the fighting against the crimes, such as the terrorism cases, piracy, human smuggling, and other crimes which are at this time we like to fight them. So welcome to your ambassadors and the other honorable ministers and the other institutions who have participated in this meeting. Welcome, and that's the word we can say today.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. maanta waxaa farxad weyn inoo ah mashruucii joint rule of law ee inta badan soo socday inta badan aynu sugaynay in gabagabadiisii iyo hirgelintiisii maanta saxiixiisii loo fadhiyo mashruucaas oo ah mashruuc muhiim ah una ah cadaaladda dalka ama bahda cadaaladda amniga iyo wasaaradaha kale ee xiriirka la leh farxad weyn bay runtii inoo tahay alxamdulillah baana leenahay maanta gabagabadii hadduu marayo ilmuhu foosha markuu ku raago Soomaalidu waxay u bixisaa raage marka uu dhashana laba wanqalood baa laga qalaa mashruucu waa raage laakiin maanta laba wanqalood baynu ka qalaynaa alxamdulillah waxa weeye gabagabadiis haddaynu marayno waana uga mahad celinaynaa dawladda Sweden oo funds kale iyo EU-da iyo dhammaan intii ka soo shaqaysayba iyo shaqaale weynaha UNDP waana idin salaamaya wa salaamu calaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Attorney General, I've named it all, I think. Welcome to Hargeisa, and we welcome the program, and I think it will help in many ways. It will help the rule of law program, which is participated by all of the by the courts, by the Attorney General, by the Ministry of Interior, and also, not least, Human Rights Commission. Thank you.
xiriiryaha guud wasiirka arrimaha gudaha wasiirka qorsheynta qaranka wasiirka cadaaladda taliyaasha sare ee ciidamada gudoomiyaha xuquuq insaanka unsom labada safiir ee ka kala socda EU iyo Sweden madaxda kale ee qaranka marti sharafta mudanta dhammaantiin ba assalaamu calaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. runtii sidii raggii iga horreeyay yiraahdeen waa kulankeenna waa mid runtii aan ka rajaynayno inuu ka duwanaado intii hore ee uu soo maray wuxuu runtii qorshe far badan oo ballaaran oo wasaaradaha iyo hay'adaha kala duwan ee qarankan uu leeyahay wax loogu qabanayo waa kamid ah sidaa daraadeed waxaan rajaynaynaa inuu sidiisa maxaan rahay u hirgalo waana uga mahad celinaynaa safiirka EU-da iyo Sweden si gaar ah waxqabadkooda iyo waliba doorka ay ku leeyihiin ama ay ka qaateen waxa weeyaan in dalkan ay doorasho ka dhacdo iyo sida uu dareynayaan nabadiisa iyo deganaanshihiisa iyo jiritaankiisa qarnimada Somaliland aad baan uga mahad celinaynaa soo noqnoqodkooduna waa uga mahad celinaynaa laakiin waxaan rajaynayaa inay wax walba si wanaagsan u dhici doonaan ka wasaarad ahaan annagu waxaanu ka mid ahayn dadkii waqtiga dambe ku soo biiray waayo wasaaradda xiriirka golayaasha iyo arrimaha dastuurka intii madaxweynahan cusub ee waddanka qabsaday ayaa lagu soo daray sidaa daraadeed waxa kale oo la hoos keenay hay'adda dib u habeynta shuruucda Law Reform Commission sidaa daraadeed waxaan is leenahay waxaad tihiin wasaaradda maanta ugu hawl badan ugu mudnaan badan xagga hawshan aynu gacanta ku hayno waxaan kale oo rajaynayaa markaan ka hadlayo matalan harmonization and the law reform legal research drafting law review and reform especially outdated laws legal advocacy and promoting rights civic education program on Somaliland constitution capacity building and legal training constitutional reform initiatives development and drafting laws si kastaba ha ahaatee waxaan isleeyahay maadaama intiinadiba og tihiin kana qayb qaadateen dalkan in la doonayo sanadkan 2020 inuu galo doorashooyinkii baarlamaanka iyo kuwii golaha deegaanka annaga ka wasaarad ahaan maadaama nahay wasaaradda xiriirka golayaasha iyo arrimaha dastuurka door weyn oo muhiima baanu ku yeelanaynaa iyo hawlku talagalkeedu uu ka ballaaran yahay sidii aanu markii hore qorsheynaynay waxaan rajaynaynaa guud ahaan qarannimo iyo gaar ahaan wasaaradaheed ba inaad shuntii wax nagala qaban doontaan arrintaas aad iyo aadna waa u mahadsantihiin assalaamu calaykum waraxmatullahi
wasiirka dastuurka iyo xiriirka golayaasha xiraaliyaha guud wasiirka cadaaladda xiraaliyaha guud jananada immigrationka booliiska iyo asluubta ambassadorka EU Nicholas Berlaga iyo ambassadorka Sweden Stefan Peter Stefan Tillander sorry Simon Onsoma Maxamed Baruud madaxda kale ee joogta dadweynaha ka soo qayb galay iyo mudantaba assalaamu calaykum waraxmatullaahi wabarakaatu annagu markhaatuun baanu ka noqonaynaa maanta heshiiskan halkan lagu kala saxaxanayo waxaan aad iyo aad ugu mahadnaqayaa labada safiir EU-da iyo Sweden ilaa intii ay joogeen waa markii saddexaad aan ka soo qayb galo xaflad ama wax lagu kala saxaxanayo mashruuc lagu kala saxaxanayo ama mid lagu daahfurayo aad iyo aad baan ugu mahadnaqaynaa waxay noo muuqataa inay aad iyo aad dadaal weyn ka geysanayaan waddankan baahidiisa iyo sidii horumarkiisa ay qayb uga geysan lahaayeen waana mid aan u xasuusanayno aan u ognahay insha allahuna waxaanu jecel lahay mustaqbalkana inay sii kordhiyaan oo sii dardargeliyaan waxay la tahay hawsha maanta halkan mashruucan saxiixiisu ka dhacayo waa mashruuc aad iyo aad loogu baahan yahay qarankuna ugu baahan yahay shacbi ahaanna loo baahan yahay aqoonteeduna aynu ku yar tahay loona baahan yahay inuu dhammaanteen hareeraha aynu ka taagnaano aynu ka wada qayb qaadanno intaasaan anigu ku soo gebagabeynayaa aad iyo aadna ugu mahadsantihiin assalaamu calaykum waraxmatullaahi wabarakaatu
Maybe you recall the workshop where you were leading and there were police, both female and male police present, and there was discussions about the need to reform the police service and strengthen it. And Safar knows this well because he was there working to arrange this and work with the government to set it up. And the UN has played a very important role in this from the beginning. Also then when the Justice and Corrections workshop happened a few months after that. So it's 2 years ago that this started, and now there is a comprehensive rule of law program. And this is very important for several reasons. One is that it's easy for us as partners to support a program like this where we have a clear government lead and where the whole of the UN is involved in an integrated manner, and we as partners can support the program as a whole, not specific individual things, but rather a comprehensive long-term program. And this is how it should be, and it's particularly important in the area of rule of law, because security in any country depends very much on the whole rule of law chain. The police, courts, corrections, and overall the principles of human rights and respecting the principles of human rights. And I won't go into any more of that. Ministers have spoken already about the importance of this. But the significance of this year in Somaliland with the elections 2020 is considerable, because Somaliland will show both a starting point for a rule of law reform program and parliamentary election 2020. And this is a very important illustration of progress and democracy and how peaceful coexistence and security can be ensured. And I think maybe in other areas as well, it may be useful to look towards the possibility of comprehensive programs like this, maybe in the maritime area, where Sweden is engaged with some support through EU CAP and the European Union support to the Coast Guard. And maybe this is an area where the UN, together with EU CAP and European Union, can work with the government to see how one can get a comprehensive. And we are very happy to do this together with the European Union and Ambassador Nicolas Berlanga. We are a member of the European Union, so we are working through different channels to support this program. But it's also a sign of the importance the European Union attaches to rule of law. But let me also say how important and the role of the UN and the integrated UN team has been in this work. And I think as Sweden, we are very proud always to work with the UN. It's a strong support for us globally and in our work. And we're also happy to have Police Tommy here working with the UN. We had previously Liban Sharif working with corrections. And we are very happy that we are part of the UN. And we are very happy that the UN is providing a strong support to Somaliland through this program and other means. So thanks, Simon, for your leadership on this, and thanks to the UN for your coordinated one UN approach to continue to support Somaliland on this. Thank you.
The Attorney General, Your Excellencies, Ambassadors, ladies and gentlemen. I stand up now and I feel a little bit like the student who has not done his homework. In their introductory remarks, the Attorney General gave a very comprehensive background to the development of this program, which the Swedish ambassador shaded in the additional detail. The Minister of Justice also spoke about the importance of the program, and then again His Excellency the Swedish ambassador added comments on what we hope will be the benefit of an integrated UN approach. It draws together not only the United Nations Development Programme, also UN Women, the United Nations Office of Drugs and Crime, United Nations Children's Fund, and also my own organisation, UNSOM. So when I say that I stand in front of you rather like the mischievous student who has not done his homework, basically everybody who has spoken has basically said what I would have said. So let me perhaps just look forward with a couple of brief comments. The breadth of cooperation amongst the different ministries of the government of Somaliland, the commitment of the international community reflected by the contributions from the European Union and from Sweden underlines the importance and the relevance of this. The challenge now for us in supporting the government, its ministries, its commissions, its professional staff, is to now just get on with it. We've had ample time to plan, we've had ample time to discuss, and as the Attorney General said in his opening remarks, it's now time to turn to action. We look forward to working with you, we look forward to working closely with the government, we look forward to keeping the Embassy of Sweden and the Office of the European Union informed as to progress. We appreciate that not only do the institutions of Somaliland, of the European Union and of Sweden have high expectations, but also do the public, or the population of Somaliland and the taxpayers of the European Union and of Sweden have very reasonably high expectations that this project should make something different, should make a change, should answer the question, why did we do this? We look forward to working with all of the partners around the table here today, and we look forward to getting on with that now. With that, we would thank the two contributing governments, or Government of Sweden and the European Union. We would thank them for their financial support, and we look forward to acting with them and with the government on this. Thank you.
I'm really happy to have all of you here this morning. And that allows me to at least share with you one idea that I think it is very important, which is, please do not look at this intervention just as a list of gifts, as a list of Christmas gifts. And I know that Minister Gaadhen very soon will come with a list saying, we need that, we need that. Please think more strategically. Of course, there should be a list of things to reinforce the capacities. But there should also be this idea that my colleagues have already reiterated of working together, you working together, and us supporting you working together for the benefits of your citizens, for the benefits of the people of Somaliland.
سفيركو حيري مشروعا هو قادنين إنه يهي هدية سقط سالة سوق عتين هدية كريسماس كالسكوسيو وأيو حيري ونوبنا إنه تشرو باهية قرن أو ليس أو لسو أو سعرت كسر سوق بسنتي باهية هاس قرن وحندور إنه بدلنا ومشروعا لو قاتل إنه نقضه مدحوجية إسكاش جينا قد حيا سي دولته أيو تاجرته شعبك رير سومالان مواطنين رير سومالان أو أهتك كيف يدي سنة مشروعا لو قلت لك.
And please do not look at this project that we are signing today as an stand-alone intervention. You know, all the partners around the table, we have been with you for the last 25 years, and we have the willingness and the engagement to be with you for another at least 25 more years. So this is only a step. Let's do it well, but let's keep it this global idea that we are working a long way together.
مشروعنا يان لو قادن إنه يهي تاجرة كلي ميدوغا يوروب أي سينيان دولة سوماليلاند لكيسي شن يلاتن كي سنة ودن بيجي ميدوغا يوروب قرب تاجنا أو بربر تاجنا أو لسه سوماليلاند وحنا نجبوا أن هذي نقول شن يلاتن كلا صوص عدنا إنه قرب تاجنا إنه لكيسي يان لو قادن تاجرة دني إني كوكوبان تاي تاجرة ميدوغا يوروب مشروع عن كلي كوكوبان تاي أنت هو يكبلارن تاي وحين كوكوتن تاي إسكاشي لبدا دينا ودحية أو يوم الدنيا ودحية.
We have a very sincere and open and frank dialogue with the government and with the civil society of Somaliland, and we look at the things in this comprehensive idea. And I cannot avoid mentioning that for this year there is this engagement of the elections, and this project may contribute to that. As the project, the Ministry of Planning and myself, we signed on Saturday with the civil society, or many other activities that we are developing these days. Is this idea of working together for the benefit of your citizens.
سفيركو وحاول بروتشيي مهمة إلى هاي وذا شقين تاس أو كسر بلا متي وذا شقين كسر بلا متي وذا حاجود يدودو كوساسا سيد الله وذا شقين لها ومشاريع دن ميدو يوروب أي كلني أنا وذا شقين لها يعني سيدو كلا وسفيركو هوستك حريقي مهمة مشروع عنو لي هاي سوماليلاند أو يو دورشوي في سوماليلاند iyo taageerada midowga Yurub uu siiyo dawladda Somaliland ee mashaariicda kala duwan isagoo taalo soo qaatay wasiirka qorsheynta mashruuc ay wada saxeexeen oo ku saabsan taageerada ururada bulshada Somaliland dhammaan mashaariicdaasi waxa qayb ka qaadanayaan si ay u xoojiyaan wada shaqaynta iyo iskaashiga ka dhexeeya dowladda Somaliland iyo Midowga Yurub.
So please be sure that we will be close to you in the next month, in the next year, to your services, and we will put all of our strength as EU member states, as EU CAP, as others, we'll put all this together really to work with you, with all of you in your institution, again, to develop this vision about Somaliland. Thank you very much.
waxaad xisaabta ku darsataan in Midowga Yurub dowladaha xubnaha ka ah iyo hay'adaha Midowga Yurub sida EU CAP ay idila shaqaynayaan, idin garab taagan yihiin sidii Somaliland hay'adaheeda kala duwan ay ula shaqayn lahaayeen mid walba baahiyaha iyo waxqabadka ay doonayaan ay u garab istaagi lahaayeen.
Thank you. Mahasani.
labada safiir ambassador Midowga Yurub iyo safiirka dalka Sweden, xeer ilaaliyaha guud, madaxda hay'adda UNSOM oo ka wakiila Jamciyadda Qurumaha ka dhaxaysa hay'adda UNDP, Tom oo ah sarkaalka in nagala shaqeeya arrimaha ciidamada booliiska iyo ciidamada kalaba, generaalada, taliyayaasha ciidamada, gudoomiyaha hay'adda xuquuqul insaanka, xubnaha wasaaradda daakhiliga ee shirka fadhiya. Asalaamu calaykum waraxmatullaahi wabarakaatuh. I would like first of all to thank for the two ambassadors of the EU, European Union, and ambassador of the Swedish government, who very much work with the Somaliland government and who were participating in many events of developmental programs in the Somaliland government. In this occasion, we are signing today this project of the rule of law, and as the ministers and the two ambassadors said, this is the base of the governance of Somaliland and anywhere in the world. If you have a security, then you will have a good governance working in every area. As you know, the two ambassadors are not new to Somaliland affairs, is that the Somaliland government, it spends almost 40% of its budget with the security organs of Somaliland. And as they say, where there is water, there is life. Where there is security, there is an working institutions of the government. And in our location as Somaliland government, we share borders with Djibouti, with Ethiopia, and with Somalia. And we have almost something like 850 kilometers of coastline. We are facing mainly the Gulf of Aden. The main area that we have got that border of the coast is the Yemen. And we know the turmoil what's going on in Yemen. All terrorist activities, they come to Yemen. We assure the border of Ethiopia and Somalia, which is close to Somaliland and Ethiopia, which is close to 1,000 kilometers. And we have something the same, almost border with Somalia, with the member state of Somalia, Puntland. We have working with the Ethiopian government in terms of the security. Our security organs are working together. The police of Ethiopia is working with our police, the immigration, the national army. We have got a constant meetings and we are working together. But we don't have any partner with the Somali government. And the area, the effort and the operations and the management and the basis of the terrorists is mainly concentrated in Somalia. It's about 40 kilometers from Bosaso, so we always get penetrations of these terrorists from that area. I think for the last month or 2 months, we have so many deadly operations and members of the Al-Shabaab that our police force and the immigration force, they succeeded to capture these terrorist groups. We have also something close to 100 cases of terrorist activities in which our judicial organs, the Attorney General and the courts have already sentenced them here in the Somaliland prisons. Now, we got support for our policy. We may not give a long list, but it's very important to note that in the terrorist activities, there was only the UK government who was supporting the CTU counter-terrorist unit and the two terrorist units of the RRU and the SPU. So the support of the UK government is going to be finished by 31st March of this year. Of this year. So I think it is ambassador. It's waiting the EU member states, including the EU ambassador, in order to substitute the aid of the UK government for the terrorist unities of Somaliland. And I think, as I have said, this long border with Ethiopia and with Somalia, in which you know and you came from Mogadishu, how deadly movement of the terrorists is going on in Somalia, is that we were for a long time asking for the European Union and non-member states of the EU to have Somaliland an expansion of the SPU and the RRU. It's very important for the time being. And I think we will discuss and we'll submit our list and our requirements after we sign this ceremony. But I will only say this is a very comprehensive project in which all members of the security forces, the Ministry of Justice, I'm sorry to say that the Chief Justice was not present, and he sent us a message that he was busy with something very busy with the courts. So the courts, the human rights, the Minister of Parliamentary and Judicial Affairs of Somaliland, and the Minister of Interior, this is a comprehensive project in which it is involved in all institutions and government ministries and security forces in which we are working with the security. And the Somaliland government, as the ambassador said, was working with the United Nations and with the European Union for the last 25, 27 years. And we will remain that we are working with the standards of these organizations. But we have to know one thing, that until such time we reinforce the security of Somaliland, it will be very difficult to overcome the activities of the terrorism activities. We thank very much for this project. We believe that it will do a lot for the concerned organizations and the judiciary organ, that it will do something about the development and the sustainability of the security of the country. We'll thank you very much, and especially for the Swedish government in supporting with the EU CAB, with our coastal guard. But still, we remain asking that the coastal guard and it is small boats, it will be very, very, very difficult for them to operate from the border of Djibouti almost to Bosaso. We've got 8 kilometers from Bosaso, our border, to Djibouti. So now we have, I think, something like close to 20 boats carrying ammunition and guns. We have captured them in the coast. Yeah. So we thank you very much. You know, the minister, what he said, if the baby is delayed by born, sometimes in the Somali culture we have a woman which is going to have pregnant for 12 months, for 15 months. For the normal circumstances of a baby born in this time, we have a ceremony. But when the baby is delayed, we have 2 ceremonies. So the minister said this project has been delayed for 2 years, so now we need 2 ceremonies. We thank very much, and we work closely with the Minister of National Planning for the coordination of these projects. We'll be working with your organization, Simon, the UNSOM, the UNDP, and we will remain working with them. So this organization, including the Human Rights Commission, they are working together. We have got a very big training with the police, rank and file, with the immigration, and with the human rights. And we are trying to keep the sustainability of these trainings in order to train our young officers for learning them about the issues of the human rights. Now we are in the process of developing the women in the police. We have got a very good number, including officers. So we are now going to deploy them in the different departments of the police. So this deployment of the police, I think we need a special approach for enhancing their training and their program so that they could be, now they are within the police, but we want to strengthen them, the women activity in the police. We are now training cadet officers of the police and the army in the Army Academy. They are doing very good, including and also in this activity of the anti-terrorist organization. The Department of the Immigration needs to be reinforced in immigration posts, in equipment and so on. Now they have got almost a good number of immigration posts. So one thing I think I will conclude with one thing is that Berbera in history was in a very long time was a hub in human trafficking in the about 200 and 300 and 400 years. So we have this problem of human trafficking within the borders of the neighbor countries. So that's why we need that to enforce the immigration department. That immigration department. We thank you very much for the support, and personally for the 2 ambassadors. They are very closely working with the Somaliland government. They are spending a very good time of their time in Somaliland, in the Coastal Guard, in the immigration, in the Minister of Justice, Custodial Guard, Minister of Interior, with this Minister and Police Forces. We'll be working with you, and we thank you very much.